Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Rob with the Freaks Aquariums. Today I'm coming to you with something different. The makers of Jeecoo headsets had reached out to me because I had done a review on one of their headsets that I had gotten for my PS4 a few years ago, and asked if, I wanted to do another one. So I said, sure. So, like I said, this is a little bit different. This will probably benefit my fellow fish keepers that create content, as well as my gamer friends. So what I have for you today is the Jeecoo G80 7.1 surround sound wireless gaming headset. So I was actually, intrigued when I took a look at the link. Said, definitely I would try it out. 2.4 G wireless, works up to 10 hours, and virtual 7.1 sound. So I just got it today. It has shifting RGB lights, a removable microphone, and a comfortable fit. So let's crack into this and see what it looks like. So you get some protective bubble wrap, owner's manual, and there they are. Now, as you saw in the picture on the box, it has lights here as well as here. Has all your controls, little protective cover for your mic. Definitely nice, soft, subtle, supple foam. A little bit of foam up here on the underside. Definitely blocks out background noises. The one thing I can say I already like about this particular headset is a detachable mic. There's some nights during the weekend that I may stay up gaming, playing Call of Duty. And certain times, if it's 11, 12 o'clock at night, you really don't want to be talking, and you really don't want to have to kind of turn the TV down and kind of lose the ambiance of the game, or being able to hear certain things within the game, like if the enemy is creeping up behind you, things like that. So if you turn it down too low, you lose that ability to hear that stuff. And it also kind of kills the game if you get really immersed in the play, especially if you're playing like, I like to play zombies. So there's a lot of times where, you'll hear a grunt and turn around and the zombie's right behind you. So this is the answer. Ready to go and work with your team. The enemy's hiding behind the wall, over behind the truck, or behind the fallen building. So again, if it's, I'll say maybe 9, 10 o'clock, we've had a long weekend, my girlfriend's asleep on the couch, and I want to play, I may not want to have a conversation with my teammates. So, perfect. Take this out, I can still hear what's going on within the game, and I don't have to worry about waking her up or disturbing her where she might just be taking a nap. I don't miss what's going on in the game. I can still hear footsteps. I can still hear the grunts from the zombies. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how well these work. I mean, they seem well made. They're adjustable. Inside the speakers, you have, you're going to be able to see it, a covering. You have your power switch, volume up, volume down, and to turn off your mic. So that's a plus, that everything is right here next to your head. So in the box, as you saw when I took it out, you had the headset, you had a little bag, which house your charging cord, your 3.5 millimeter audio cord, which I'll explain why that's in there, your detachable noise canceling microphone, and your Bluetooth transmitter. Now, on the box, as you saw, it said it was wireless with PCs, PS4, PS5, as well as Nintendo Switch. Looking at this a little bit closer, it does work on 2.4 gigahertz. It says up to 10 hours and virtual 7-point surround sound. Now, looking at the manual, it actually says 12 hours. Shifting RGB lights, removable microphone, and a comfortable fit. So with all that being said, now right there is the plug covering the microphone port. 3.5 millimeter. And you basically just plug that inside. So that's nice right there. The fact that you can detach the mic from the headset is perfect. And the reason I say that is, like on the box, it said Nintendo Switch, PC, and your PS4 or PS5. In the instructions, it does mention Xbox, as well as your cell phone or your iPad. So you plug that in, plug it into the jack on your cell phone if you still have them. Like my Samsung, unfortunately, uses the same plug that you would use to charge. So Samsung has done away with these, which is a different video all on itself. So this way you can plug this into your piece of equipment, and then you also have your Bluetooth transmitter, so you can stick it in the side of your laptop, or I honestly think it'll work. Anything that has a USB port should do it. So with that being said, now this is a noise canceling microphone, which is good. So if you have people talking behind you, it doesn't carry through, or it's not supposed to carry through to, in this instant, whatever game you're playing. And the feel of them is crazy. I mean, it just screams luxurious. If it's possible to make plastic feel luxurious, this is it. It's just got an undescribable feel to the plastic. I mean, this kind of has almost a rubbery feel to it, and this to me just screams durability. Now, I've spent hours wearing these. 12 hours. There's times where I've sat here, nowhere to go, nothing to do, nobody in the house, and played all day and almost all the way through the night wearing these. Not uncomfortable. My ears didn't sweat in these. You don't get that pressure on your head because of the foam. And with the mic on this one, you can see right there is the mute button. And then up here is the rotary wheel to turn the volume up and down. So you turn the mic off, you flip it up, and that's how it stays. Now, the fact that I mentioned that, this will work in other things. Now, you may have it on your laptop listening to a movie. You don't need this. Take it off. Especially if you're going to put it into your cell phone. Maybe you're going to take a walk and, you like wearing a regular headset versus earbuds. Here's an answer. And you don't have to worry about losing this. Leave it home. Bluetooth it to, or plug it into your cell phone or your iPad, and you're good to go. So right now I've got it charging. The indicators that are on here, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There you go. It's flashing. So it has status. That's a status light. So no light is powered off, no indicator. If it's on, that light is a solid blue. If the battery's low, it's going to flash red. When it's fully charged, you'll have no indicator, and if it's connection failure, it's going to flash blue. So right now, it's flashing blue because there's nothing to connect to. All right, so I've got enough charge in here to show you the lights. That cool or what? It rotates the colors almost like there's a color wheel inside spinning, and that's on both sides. Now that's cool. That just kicks it up a notch and makes it, you know, a little bit different than these. These are great, don't get me wrong, but I can't wait to try these. I mean, I already love the feel of them. And for all you folks that have watched a lot of my videos with regards to fish tanks and the paraphernalia for those, or the peripherals, or the parts you need, filters, whatever, I'll tell you right off the bat if it's crap or not. And if it's great, I'll tell you it's great as well. Now, I'm not getting compensated. This is the disclaimer. I am not getting compensated for doing this review. And, you know, I appreciate that Jeecoo sent these to me to try. And, you know, the fact that they're not just for games makes it a little more versatile, as opposed to walking around with a headset like this and basically just putting the mic up. Where, you know, a lot of folks would rather wear these than earbuds. Teach your own. But at least this way, you have all your controls here, and you can go out and not have a microphone in your face, or have to flip it up, or anything like that, and be able to enjoy the tunes on your cell phone, or on your iPad, or if you're, you know, sitting at the park and you're watching a movie on your laptop or on your iPod or even your phone. You know, they just look like regular headphones, not gaming headphones. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. So far, I'm liking them. So I'm going to finish letting them charge and get that full charge. Again, PC, PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series /X, and other mobile devices in wired mode. Again, using the cable that comes with it. No need to buy anything extra. Now, the warranty is a 6-month product warranty and a lifetime technical support. Now, with these, the speaker size is 50 millimeters. The impedance is 20 ohms plus or minus 15%. This is for all you techno geeks. Sensitivity, the SPL, is 113 plus or minus 3 dB at 1 kilohertz. The frequency range is 20-20 kilohertz. The mic size is 1.5 millimeters. The sensitivity of the mic is minus 38 dB plus or minus 3. The mic impedance is 2.2 k ohms. The microphone is omnidirectional. Now, where I mentioned it shows on the box up to 10 hours, this documentation says battery life 12 hours, and it takes 2.5 hours to gain a full charge. And the wireless range is 10 meters or 33 feet. So let's give these a full charge, and then I will come back after I've used them for a little while and I'll tell you my final thoughts on these, if they're worth the $60. Stay tuned. Alright, I had the opportunity of playing Call of Duty Cold War for several hours wearing these. So let's start off with two small issues. At first, it was difficult to get the mic to work. Everything else was working. I could hear everything, but nobody could hear me. I went into the options within the game, checked everything, it was responding, and then when I went back to the game, it didn't respond anymore. You couldn't use the mic. Went into the PS5 settings, made some changes there, it responded, went back to the game, still didn't work. So I restarted the console with everything in it, and went back to the settings, made sure that the G80s were selected versus the wireless controller, even though I have it tethered, and I went on to my TV and switched it from the wireless controller to the headset. So once I got through that was when everything started. So I had these on for probably 3 hours with maybe one small or two small breaks in between to get something to drink and something to snack on. So now that those cons, well, there's one more. At least on the PS5, if you're done for the day or night and you come in the next day to turn it on and start, the PS5 is going to see that transmitter and automatically send it to the headset, whether it's on or not. It thinks it's communicating with it. These were turned off. I had no sound on the TV. I had to go in and switch it back to the controller. Then everything worked as normal. So the one thing I would say, if you know you're not going to use these for a while, just take it out or go into your settings and make the change from the G80s back to your wireless controller. When I finally got it working and I jumped into Call of Duty into a lobby, and I asked people if they could hear me, they said, yeah. I said, well, I'm testing these out. What do you think as far as the sound? Do I sound okay? They said, yeah, you sound fine. There was no echo, no nothing. So that was a plus. So now that we're in the game, and if you press and hold that mic button, like I mentioned earlier, for 3 seconds, it's going to switch from 7.1 back to regular stereo. I thought it might have been gimmicky until I tried it. There is a difference. The sound is a little bit richer on the 7.1, and it definitely, depending on what's going on in the game, or maybe even I haven't tried it with my phone, but like the music, it will switch. So I may have an APC firing off rounds in this ear, and I'm hearing myself sniping with my HDR out of this ear, and then I can hear, if something's pinging to the right, like when I snipe off of a tin roof, I may hear it ricochet on either side. So you definitely start looking around while you're playing. Now, as far as the volume, to me, I thought it was awesome. And before I go any further, again, I am not getting paid for this. If it's crap, I'll tell you it's crap. If it's good, if it's great. In my opinion, these are great. At least in my opinion. I like the sound. I like how full-bodied it is. I don't even take it off 7.1 because I don't want to hear that kind of like dead stereo sound. Definitely rich, to the point where like when we spawn and get ready to run out, I can actually hear the gravel moving. That's how well these generate the sound. Also, the fact that I mentioned that they are wireless was even better. Without thinking, I was in the lobby waiting for another game and I needed something to drink. I put the controller down, walked right out, got something to drink, came back, and it didn't dawn on me until I sat back down, and when it started, I'm like, wow, that was nice to be wireless. And I went behind a wall into another room here, and I could still hear everything that was going on in the game. The plus side to this headphone is while you're playing a game, if you don't want to disturb anybody, it takes all the sound, at least on my Samsung Q80, it takes all the sound and puts it into that earphone. So that's a definite plus if you don't want to disturb anybody or somebody's watching a movie while you're playing, or vice versa, whatever the case is. So not being tethered is definitely a plus. Other than those little quips about the transmitter and having to switch stuff, that's really minor. Now, as far as the price point of $60.02, at least in my case, if they were like $39.99, $49.99, I think that would be an attractive price point for a lot more people. But I think for the $60, you're getting your money's worth. Now, the sound isn't super loud, but because they kind of cancel out the noise that's going on around you, it's sufficient. Now, I can only imagine listening to music, it's going to be that much better because it's just very robust. I mean, like I said, with the 7.1, the APC's firing off rounds, it's thunderous. When somebody's shooting an RPG or launching a Joker missile, it's immersive. It gets you into the game. And I'm going to put a link in the description. Check them out on Amazon. And I would say, you know how Amazon is, try them. If you don't like them, return them. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the weight, how comfortable they are, and how well they sound. And I'm the type of person, you've got to do something real good to get me to say something like that about anything. Because I'm the first one to point out something is crap. Not in this case. These Jeecoo G80s, and you can also turn the light off on those, but I think they're fantastic. I mean, I really enjoyed playing it. Now, as far as the comfortability aspect of it, I didn't feel it on my head. After wearing it probably 2 hours, 3 hours straight, there was a little bit of warmth in my ear, which I thought when I took them off they were sweating, but it was just from being concealed in there, and there was no sweat. So, not uncomfortable. Definitely check them out. And again, I want to thank Jeecoo for reaching out to me to test these out. I definitely enjoyed them, and I look forward to continue use on these. And with that, I've rambled on enough. So again, this is Rob with the Freaks Aquariums. Something a little bit different, but I figured, you know what? We all do content, and you do live streams. This is pretty cool. You'll be that one step above the people that's on the panel with you. Your lights will be going, and they'll just have those humdrum barring headphones on, and you'll be styling and rocking the G80s. So with that, folks, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other. God bless. Peace.